Sky Squad, we back in the building. Another news story just kind of breaking. I just left the dentist office, so I was like, let me get on home and get on the line with the folks, okay? Figure out what's going on down in these streets, down to the Wendy Williams show. If you are just tuning in, make sure you guys drop your location down in that good chatterization because y'all know we like to know where our people are, watching from. Also, subscribe to the channel and text me at 202-918-3386 so I can notify you every time a video drops on this channel and on my backup channels as well. Okay. Got a good video coming up for y'all on the backup channel. So stay tuned for that. Now, let's get into the thing right now because this whole situation is pretty much going like we thought it would. Okay. So let's bring up the visuals. All right. And this is taken from our good friends over at the Neighborhood Talk. And you read it correctly. Sherri Shepherd to become the permanent host of the Wendy Williams show. And the name of the show is in flux. By flux, we mean it's currently up for debate. Okay. Now, again, we had speculated about this long ago. We talked about it, and we talked about it pretty much every time we talked about the Wendy Williams show over these past couple of months, right? So let's go into everything that's going on with this story right now. And I'm going to take you all the way over to People Magazine. So People Magazine is reporting that Wendy won't be returning to her talk show for the rest of the season. Okay. Now, the source is saying that her healing is going slower than everyone had hoped. She continues to deal with a number of medical issues, including Graves' disease, and she and her team are taking it one day at a time. They say that reports of stroke, drugs, or addiction issues or a dementia diagnosis are all false. Whether Wendy can return in the fall will depend on how her healing goes over the summer. Her health is the most important thing. Okay. So, no one from the Wendy Williams show has commented to the People Magazine story indicating that she won't be returning for the rest of the season. But I would probably wager a guess that this is nothing new for anyone. When it comes to health issues like Wendy Williams is facing, you cannot put a time limit or a time frame on when someone will recover well enough to return back to work. You know what I'm saying? Specifically with a gig that requires her to be on air, okay, on live television nonetheless. Now, for those of you guys who, are familiar with the show, you do know it's typically live, except for those Friday episodes. And doing a show, whether it's live or pre-recorded, is hard enough on its own, okay? So when you add to that, the conditions that she's facing, plus the effects of any medications that she may be taking for those issues, it's no wonder why she may not be as ready to return. And for me, the best course of action would be for her to continue to take that time away. And I told you guys, I felt like let this show go, come back in the podcasting realm or in the realm and do interviews or in the realm of a David Letterman with his show where he was interviewing the people and he would have 8 episodes and that would be it. And he done for the year. Okay. Now, let's get into the Sherri Shepherd of it all. Okay. Now, y'all know we have been on a Sherri Shepherd tip for a minute now. Okay. The ratings prove that Sherri is a hit. Sherri has been groomed for this for quite some time. Sherri has a career as a comedian, as an actress. She has held her own on The View with some of those ladies. And she proved to be a rating success as she has been holding it down as a guest host by herself on the Wendy Williams show. Okay. So Sherri has put in the time and the sweat equity to make this type of move. But let's get into the story that comes from TMZ. And again, visuals from Instagram provided by the Neighborhood Talk. We're going to give credit where credit is due, okay? Now, they are saying, and they have say multiple sources tell TMZ that she will take the reins of the show beginning in September. Now, according to their sources, the deal is almost done, and everyone expects that it will be inked very soon. So let's break it down on how everything will fall into place, allegedly. The producers and the network are going to monitor how Wendy is doing between now and September. If she gets better during the summer or during the spring, she does have an open door to return. Okay. But if she cannot return and fulfill her obligations, then they could potentially change the name of the show as early as September, which would have interestingly been the 15th anniversary of the show. Okay. Now, the Fox station group, where that manages the show and operates the stations, they are allegedly all down for this move. Okay, so interestingly enough, they say that Sherri will be in front of the camera soon as the permanent guest host and maybe the permanent host. So for me, we might as well just call it the Sherri Show. Okay. At one point in time, I had thought about Wendy and Friends. I mean, maybe it could be Sherri and Friends, or just call it Sherri. Okay. Simply Sherri. Sherri and the gang. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Shaking it with Sherri. I don't know. Shaking the table with Sherri. Something or other. But to me, Sherri Shepherd is the most viable candidate. She is willing to talk about the people, the celebrities, and she can do so in a way that is still, give us the tea, but ain't scandalous like. You know what I'm saying? And she know how to do that in such a way that is fun, is funny, and she can tell you a funny story. She know, you know what I'm saying? She just got it in her. So, to me, she makes the most sense. I know that there were reports that they were testing out Leah Remini for her own show. And again, over there, okay, do Leah and them over there. All right. Michael Rappaport got his own podcast and things, and they likes to show him up on Watch What Happens Live all the time. Over there, sitting with Sherri, baby. Come on now, sitting with Sherri. Or what somebody else say, simply Sherri. Sharing the news with Sherri. Simply Sherri, okay? But I like that, sitting with Sherri. Just Sherri. Okay? It's Sherri, right? Now, again, Leah Remini and the people and the Michael Rappaports over there, all right? We want you to shine, and baby, we want you to be a success over there, all right? Not here. Not in this space, okay? All right? And good point on Andrea. Celebrities don't mind coming on the show to talk to Sherri because everybody in the industry knows Sherri Shepherd. She got the relationships. She's got the history. She's got the resume. This is her moment. Okay. This is her moment. Now, um, with that being said, okay, again, I personally think, and this is just my educated guess, let me throw this on up here. All right. I personally, the Sherri Hour. Thank you, Bruce. The Sherri Hour. Kicking it with Sherri. Come on now. Kicking it with Sherri. I like it. Sharing with Sherri. You know what I'm saying? Wendy. For me, I feel like let's just allow her to have some time to be on vacation, to rest, relax, rest and release. You know what I'm saying? Um, and enjoy some downtime, because it ain't been no downtime. All right, it's been season after season after season, and then dealing with the public scandal, okay, of the marriage, and then losing a parent. A lot of that's got to be a lot. It's got to be mentally a lot, not to mention dealing with, health stuff. So let's give her some time, because we as fans, while we want to see her back in her seat, we want her to be at her best health wise. Okay? Let's let her be at her best health wise. And we're going to be rooting for Sherri in this new show. Okay? Sitting with Sherri, baby. Sitting with Sherri. And we're going to rock with it like that. You know what I'm saying? And the other thing is, I would say, is that I feel like if Wendy had to probably choose a replacement, and I don't know what decisions she's making, if any, in with this whole situation, I feel like somebody like Sherri would be the most likely candidate. Okay. So let's give Miss Wendy some time to get herself together. And in this meantime, now we don't know if the money's still frozen. Okay. No word on that. And no word yet, as far as I know, from Sherri's people about any of this. But they would need to keep things on the hush right now, because everything in the deal, according to to the streets, is not signed, sealed, delivered quite just yet. But it's looking like. Okay. Simply Shamar, I guess the reports were true that Kevin held Wendy together while she hasn't been the same since the divorce. She has had a good run, but we may just have to accept that her retirement time has come. Shamar, I mean, first, thank you for the super chat, but it's probably that we just do need to, just go on ahead and accept that the time is here. And things just need to go on and keep pushing. You know what I'm saying? Well, Georgia Love, that's a very good question. That's a very good question. I don't know how that works, because I don't know everything that he got in that situation. But the only thing we can do right now, BG, is, like you said, send out our prayers. Okay, send out our prayers. All right, y'all. Listen, that was the news. I wanted to jump on here real quick and get this thing up in here and get this news out to y'all, so we can have a little bit of commentary about it. You know what I'm saying? Chime down if you're watching this video later and let us know what your thoughts are. What you think a good name for the Sherri show would be. You know what I'm saying? Is it the Sherri show? Is it sitting with Sherri? Is it simply Sherri? Just Sherri? Sherri shaking the table? Shake 'em up, Sherri. Bernita Betts says, if Sherri plays Wendy, then Sherri may want to be executive producer, so this may delay the name changes and money bag. I know if I were, thank you, boo. If I were Sherri, ooh, very Sherri. I like that too. That's a nice, the very Sherri show. Y'all on it with that one. Um, I would want to be executive producer. Oh yes. Oh yes. Give me some credits, baby. Give me some credits. Cause let me tell y'all something. While she won't own the show, want to definitely get those production credits. Okay. Um, ownership is key. It really is. All right. That's number one. But if you can't own, produce. That's where it is too. Okay. Produce. All right. All right, y'all. That's all the tea we got for y'all for now. I'll hit y'all back if anything else pops off. Y'all know I love y'all. Stay safe out there, and I will catch you in the next video.